Hey, this is Doug from First Tech. Today we're here to talk about the Drone XC dash camera. This is what you're going to find in the Drone XC dash camera box. First of all, we're going to show you the quick start card. This is meant to be used by your customer, obviously, so you will forward this along to the customer, and it shows all of the pieces and parts and functionality that the customer will need. The next part that's going to come in here is going to be your wiring diagram. So this sheet will show you the wiring schematic for not only a standalone installation, but also a data-to-data installation when using the Drone XC along with a controller or a brain. So this is the Drone XC dash camera. This includes a drone module as well as a fully functional dash camera. So you don't need an additional device to control or track your vehicle. Everything is built right into this camera. A couple things I want to point out along the lines of the camera itself. First of all, you're going to see two buttons. These are the only user interface buttons on the camera. So the customer will be able to turn the Wi-Fi on and off using the Wi-Fi button and start a manual recording with the record button that's on the device itself. The other thing I want to point out is on the back of the camera, you'll see there's a 16-pin connector. This is where obviously all of your wiring is going to be connected. Lastly, the bracket that the Drone XC mounts with includes a large double-sided sticky pad that allows for a secure mounting to the windshield itself. And then when you remove this bracket, which is done very easily by opening this door on the side and then sliding the bracket on the device itself, and it pops right off. So once you remove this bracket, you're going to expose the serial number of the device as well as the ICC ID. If you are not logged in as a dealer and you're activating this device as a guest, you will need the last 6 digits of this ICC ID number. If you're logged in as a dealer, you will just need the serial number, and that will allow you to activate the device for the customer, and then they just have to complete the registration after that device is activated. Also in the box are 2 wire management accessories, one long and one short. This allows for different mounting configurations depending on the windshield of the vehicle and where the camera needs to be mounted in the particular vehicle you're working on. The next thing I want to show you is the security screws. So along with the camera, you will find 2 security screws. You get one obviously that you'll need, and then an extra one to pass along to the customer. This allows you to secure the camera so it cannot be removed without this special tool. This tool should be passed along to the customer. Once that security screw is installed in the installation, you will not be able to remove the camera unless you have this tool. This tool also allows you to access the SD card. The next thing you're going to find in the box is a cleaning wipe for the windshield. You'll also find a mirror hanging tag. So this mirror hanging tag gives your customer the information that they would need to register the device. The next thing you're going to find in the box is serial number tags. There's 2 different tags. One is meant to be stuck to the inside of the driver's door jamb. So if you need access to the serial number, or more importantly, if your customer needs access to their serial number, it's always right there inside the driver's door. The other key tag in here allows the customer to just simply scan a QR code to add this to their existing drone account or to create a new drone account for the Drone XC dash camera. The last thing in the box is going to be your wiring harness. This includes all of the wiring that you would need for a standalone installation or a data-to-data installation with a controller. So moving on towards the installation of the device itself, we're going to go over the wiring harness. We're going to show you all the different wires that you're going to need in this harness, as well as we're going to show you how it plugs into the camera itself. So what you're going to find is a 16-pin connector, like I said. So you'll notice on this connector there are 3 white dots on one side of the connector. Those are there to confirm the orientation when you actually plug it into the camera itself. So when you plug this in, you want those 3 white dots facing you, so facing inside the vehicle. 3 white dots should be facing in towards the vehicle, and then when you plug this in, you want to make sure you firmly seat that connector. Once it's plugged in, then you can proceed to clean up your harness here. So let's go over the different wires that you're going to find in this harness. So we'll start with this female connector that allows you to add an additional camera. It can either be a rear view camera or an interior camera, which are both sold separately. The next thing you're going to find is a green wire. This green wire is your ignition input. Then you will find a twisted pair of brown and white wires. This is for CAN communication with the vehicle. At this point, this is not going to be used in any installation, so we'll just cut and insulate this. And then lastly, you will find the main connector. This black heavy cable will run up over the headliner, down the A-pillar, to the controller, or to allow you to feed power and ground to the camera. So we'll find the other end of this connector, and I'll show you what's here. You're going to notice a gray connector. This is what plugs into the controller itself if you're doing this with a data-to-data installation. This red and black are for constant power and ground. This is a required connection because of the extra current draw of the device itself. So you will need to connect the power and ground in the vehicle for every installation. Once you've determined the installation type that you're going to use, you can complete the preparation of your harness. For this particular installation that we're going to show today, it's going to be a data-to-data installation along with a brain. So we will not need the CAN wires or this green ignition input because that will be provided by the brain. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off. And like I said, we want to leave about 10 to 12 inches of this wire near the camera itself. So if we ever have to access those again, they're easily accessible. Once we do that, we want to make sure that our wires are different lengths. So you'll notice if you look at this, our ignition wire and our two CAN wires are different lengths. This prevents crosstalk between the wires. So if there's extra strands, you will never need to worry about a short on those wires themselves. Once you've confirmed this, then you're going to go ahead and insulate those wires with an electrical tape. Once we've insulated the wires with our electrical tape, we can then move on to whatever type of tape to dress the harness, or you can use zip ties, but make sure that you secure this harness before you actually install it in the vehicle, so all these wires are tied together for a nice clean installation in the vehicle itself. So we're going to demo what it looks like in the app to actually see the live view from the camera. So what you're going to do in the app is scroll all the way to the bottom of the home page. So scroll all the way down to the dash cam section, and you can connect to the camera via Wi-Fi or through the cellular network. In this case, we're right next to the car, right next to the camera, so we're going to choose Wi-Fi, and then we're just going to tap where it says tap to live view. And then once we do that, our live view is going to come right up on our phone, and then if you see, I wander over in front of the car, you'll see me appear on the camera, and I'm actually live viewing myself in real time. As you can see, this is an exciting new product. Not only is it easy to use and easy to install, but it also adds another layer of security for control as well as monitoring your vehicle that is unmatched in the industry. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Drone XC content coming your way.